Hey guys, it's Leanne Winston, Psychic Medium, and I can see a few people coming in the comments already, and thank you for joining in. I'm not actually going to do readings, so to speak, tonight. I may use my intuition to a certain extent to help people as well, but I just really wanted to talk about at the moment, and I've had that sort of that drive by spirit, I guess is probably the way to put it, since about Friday morning after having a conversation with a friend of mine as well. And I just want to talk about what's going on around us at the moment in the universe, what a lot of us are going through in our own lives. Sorry, I've got music playing. Let me know if it's too deaf and that you can hear me all right at the same time. And so I'd love you guys to share a little bit, if you want to, about yourselves and what you're experiencing lately as well, because a lot of us are going through the same sort of things. I'm finding people around me, people that I read for, my clients, are either extremely on a high at the moment and things are really flowing really well, or at the other end of the scale where they are really struggling at the moment as well. And it just seems there's very little in the middle in that way. So I do feel that with the way that universe is playing out, that some of us are being tested a lot more than others as well. So I want to say, take a moment, look at what's going on in your life. Look at what keeps coming up in the way of patterns and the past side of stuff that we can't keep pushing to the side or trying to put to the background to forget about it until next time it comes up, because the universe is really pushing us to be able to deal with things and let go of it at the moment. Hi Dee. Hi Emma. Hi Tans. Vanessa. Hi guys. It's good to see you all coming on. Hi Amber. I've got the Facebook page open next to me as well. So if you see me looking off to the side, I am just looking at the actual news feed as well with that. Hey Rebecca. Beautiful. Hi Deidre. Yes, we were drinking last night, but I only had two myself. It was, for those that are on my private page, you will see that I was around at friend's place and we kind of pulled out some of the old songs and was having a bit of a sing-along. They were drunk, I wasn't. So I did sit this morning and read the comments when I had my glasses on as well. And I guess it is about remembering to have fun at times and just connect with those around you, the beautiful people that support you as well. With hey Rachel, and Deidre's having a ha 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 at me. I'm pleased I could help you have a giggle with that. So it's like Deidre's just saying her life is like a roller coaster at the moment as well, and that's the thing. I'm very lucky in the energy that I'm sitting in at the moment, and I guess for myself, I've taken a bit of time to be able to acknowledge a lot of stuff and try to let go of it and focus more so on my future and where I'm heading, where spirit is pushing, because I do also, like everybody else, I have my ups and I have my downs as well with that. Michaela's just saying she's super stressed lately and feeling unappreciated. I've had days like that too, honey. I think it was only about a week ago I spent the dummy at home and was feeling very unappreciated as well. Arona says anxiety and depression and many changes seem to be presenting in my life. Very heavy in the past, hurt and pain, and present. It's very draining, and I'm not feeling grounded or certainly as what's going on, or as soon as what's going on. Sorry, guys, my English isn't helping at the moment. And that is the thing. Anxiety and depression will come more to the forefront when we're in this uneasy energy that we sit in as well. And I want to say, people, look at your minds, look at your thought process. Are you in more of a positive mindset or you're more in a negative mindset at the moment. I'm a big believer in the negative draws the negative energy, and the positive will bring in the positive. So if you can sort of acknowledge the negative when it comes up, I want to say don't ignore it, acknowledge it, give gratitude for it, and look at what it means to you and let it go. And try to replace those those negative thought processes with a positive one. So I will do it myself. I will have a moment where I will stop and acknowledge it, give gratitude, and go, okay, I am in this space. I don't like being in this space. I choose to change it, and I will try to replace that thought with something on the opposite, so on the flip, the positive sort of side of it, that helps me get past that negative energy. And the more I've done it over time, the easier it is getting. So I want to say, don't give it up. All this takes work. Life takes work. The only way Spirit's getting my attention with that side of it. So I want to say the only way we learn is through our mistakes and living these things to be able to help us to grow. Okay, I'm a very big believer in our life is full of lessons. We come into this world with so much to learn, and it's whether we choose to see those signs and those lessons in front of us. And when we do, we will find that they will move really quickly. So just say hello to a couple of people as they pop up. Spirit's just drawing me to two different ones. Hey, Andy, how are you, honey? I hope you're doing well. So look at the stuff as maybe not. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was just trying to make sense of that comment. It's that's okay. I want to say look at the stuff as it comes up and just acknowledge it. Like I said, let it go and look at the lessons in it and the growth that comes with it, because the more we can do that, the sooner we can move forward. Hey, Amy, hope you're well. And so, and the changes that come on. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Bella, how are you, honey? I hope you're well, hon. I haven't seen you around for a long time. So I hope you and your beautiful little family are doing really well. Violet says, I need to look at the bigger writing tonight. My fibro is a little bit in heightened today, which plays with my eyesight as well. Feeling lost, directionless, and looking at the relationship around me. Letting go of those who take but don't give back energy-wise. And that, well done, honey, because that is a really big thing, Violet. And that's what a lot of us suffer with. We find we put more energy out to the universe, those around us, than we take back, whether it's we choose not to allow others to give back, or we just keep others expect us just to keep giving but not to return it in the same sense. And when we can find balance in that, we will find a better happy medium with that side of it. And believe me, it's taken me many years to learn that, and I'm still not perfect at doing that. I have got much better with that. I choose where I give and how much I give in respect to what I get back as well, because there are times that you don't get it back. And there's times that you can only help people so much because they need to help themselves at the same time with that. So I have been very vigilant, I guess is probably the word, the last couple of years with what I do with others and helping them learn and grow, especially in my mentoring, that I am willing to help others, to give them the tools to deal with whatever's going on in their life, whether it's the anxiety, it's the depression, it's wanting to learn and grow as in the spiritual side of stuff. I find myself giving, and I'll say to some people that, I give people 3 warnings or 2 warnings. The third time, that's it. So if you do get very stuck in ways, because I find a lot of people get drawn to me in the way that I work, in the way that I give so much to others, in that sense, in that balance form, that they expect you or me to fix them and their problems, but they don't want to do the groundwork themselves. Okay, so look at those around you. Look at those that you give so much to. Are they putting the effort in to meet you halfway? Or are they wanting you to fix your problems, or their problems, and not want to do the work themselves? Because we can't fix people if they don't want to be fixed, or they don't want to pull their socks up and help themselves with that side of it. So Deb's just saying, trying to help people, but I'm running low in energy. And honey, that would be because those people you're trying to help are pulling on your energy. So it's important when you're helping others to be able to protect your energy and set. Sorry, the dog just went flying through, got a bit excited. To set your boundaries with that side of it. So we can still be there to be helpful and help others, but by protecting our energy and putting ourselves in that protection sort of zone, that safe place, that doesn't allow those around us in that negative mindset, which I refer to as like energy vampires. And I know that might sound a little bit harsh to some people, but that's what they do. They suck on our energy. They pull on our energy, leaving us tired and flat. So, Deb, I always say in my my beginner's mediumship class, when we look at protection, is put yourself in that bubble in your mind, or something that you resonate with, so you can protect your energy. Now, whether you have your protection here, or it's out quite wide, it's up to you where you place that, depending on how you're feeling on the day. Usually I'm sort of just a little bit past my shoulder width. Lucky I've got broad shoulders, but other days when I feel like I need a little bit more space, I'll go about a metre out from myself as well with that. But that just stops people from pulling on your energy, honey. And you can practice that as many times a day as you need to and put that in place. But the more you do it, it becomes second nature. Okay, so it is important to protect yourself with that side of it. Andy says, we've had so many deaths around us lately. Sad face. Honey, I'm so sorry to hear that. And that is going on a bit. It's incredible lately how many people are coming to me and they have just lost somebody rather recently. And it's not just one. Sometimes it's multiples very close together as well with that side of it. So I think, I don't know, it's kind of, to me, in a sense, it's kind of like there's a bit of a cleansing going on in the world, in a way, sort of thing. It's that feeling like there's a real awakening. People are becoming more spiritual, more open, more loving, more finding that balance or wanting that balance. But then we get others that are a little bit more stuck in the past, and putting words to the feelings is probably the hard part, but it's kind of like they're stuck in the past, stuck in that moment in old ways. And that's probably the best way to explain with it. It's kind of like the old is going out, the new is coming in, if that makes sense. Trudy King is just giving me the thumbs up. Rowena says, hi, beautiful. And Bonnie just says, hi, Leanne from Lake Cardillago, New South Wales. Beautiful. I got a funny feeling I looked that place up the other day on the map. So Rachel's finding that she's feeling a little bit lost. And that could be a very big part of it lately, guys, is that feeling lost, not having the direction that you would normally have either. So it's important to just take a step back, ground yourself and breathe. Look at the bigger picture. We can take that moment just to allow things to catch up, because I don't know about you guys, but I find I get very much stuck in the hectic energy at times. And a lot of my clients, I'm picking that up on their readings as well, is things have been very hectic, very testing. And that's just all part and parcel of this energy that's forcing us to let go of a lot of stuff. Okay. Oh, Christine just says, Yes, hi Leanne, anything for me please, as I've been feeling anxious and sluggish lately. Now that could be also, honey, from the universal energy as well, because the universe has been going through a lot of stuff lately, and we all are affected with the universal energy, some more than others, but when that does take a play in things, it really can drain us. And the other thing that is important with that, hun, is also allow that stuff to flow. So look at what's coming up, look at the way it keeps getting put in front of you, and don't try to fight it. It's more about being able to go with the flow side of it. You have to excuse the interruptions. My daughter's got home and the dog gets wrapped up. She hasn't seen her all day. So beautiful. I love the hearts and the butterflies. Thanks, Lynn. That's beautiful. And so, guys, please try not to ask questions for guidance and the psychic stuff. I'd rather stick to topic today, which is more about what's going on in the universe and how it's all affecting us. I know, Colleen, you've got court going tomorrow. And how is my son Kobe, and I really need to know. So I'm not going to touch on that at the moment. I wish you all the very best with the court, honey. See yourself having the outcome that you need, all right? As long as it comes from the heart and it's not done out of spite, you will find that you can manifest that. And that's another thing I'm noticing lately, is that people are struggling to look to the future because they're very much getting stuck in the now. And so when you can start planning ahead again, and that's where the universe is sort of pushing us, because now is a perfect time to be able to manifest what we're looking for. Okay, so looking at what's going on in the universal energy, we have cleared through a lot of stuff. We've just come out of, by memory, the end of the eclipse season. We've still got some planets in retrograde by memory. I should have looked at that before I came online. But right now, and this next week is a really good time to manifest those things you want. So see that clearer picture, put it out to the universe, and the universe will help you to provide. But do it from the heart. Don't do it out of greed. Ask for enough, just enough for what you need for now, and to be able to move forward, especially if you're looking at finances. Okay, I always put it out to the universe to bring me in what I need to be comfortable and to be able to move forward, so I can keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, and also just ask for like the court stuff, and others have got things going on in their life. Ask for your guides to step in and help you along those lines as well, because they will, with that side of it. So, Peter, yes, I do feel that you're heading in the right direction. Okay, this was a comment I was looking for. CJ, really struggling with anxiety. Will it ever pass, and when? Honey, I do feel that it will pass, but I get you need to take back the control. Actually, I do have on my desk in front of me a couple of products. I probably haven't shown these products to you guys before. We make our own sprays. I don't know if you can see those, but this one is I'll start again. This one is Letting Go, which is a really good spray to help you to let go of stuff. This one is Reduce Anxiety, which is a very good spritz to be able to help to calm your body down, to get out of your head and bring your thought process down with that. With these, all it is, and we've got Sage, we've got Kitty Calm, Deeper Sleep. There's 6 of them in the range. Off the top of my head, I can't think what the other one is that I'm missing. But with these, you can spray them above your head. We do have them in smaller containers, like these are 125ml. We've got the 50ml, which fits lovely into a lady's handbag to carry with you. But it's about spraying a couple of sprays, 2-3 sprays over your head, putting on your clothing. It works through the scent process, but it helps with your anxiety side of stuff, and those that do find that they get quite heightened with that. My daughter carries one in her school bag, all the time. Letting go, it is just what it says. It helps you to let go, to relax, to breathe, to rest in that side of it. If you are interested in any of those, you can certainly inbox me. We can do that. At this stage, the new labels aren't up online. I think we're out of the old stock. I just need to update the website, which I haven't even put the website up yet. The website shop, the online shop, with the new bottles and that as well. I think we've got a 20% off on those at the moment, so they are $20 a bottle, which is normally $25. So Selena's just asking what's in them. They are essential oils. That is, so it's all organic stuff. That is the mixture of it as well. So the kitty calm can be used on kids as old as 3 or 4 months old, but I would suggest if you use kitty calm on babies or young children, you put it on their clothes or their bedding rather than spraying it on their skin with that. Hey Debbie, good to see you on there, honey. I hope you're well. We must catch up too. So with that, CJ, focus on your breathing, because I think a lot of this anxiety at the moment is very much having people in their own head, which is in heightening that side of it as well. So also the other thing is people with anxiety and depression that I quite often get, or they get drawn to me with readings and to work with, are quite intuitive at the same time. So I want to say, CJ, you might want to just put in the comments. I may see it because there are a few comments at the moment. Just to now, would I hang on? CJ, you've got a lot going on around you at once. Would I be right in saying you just know things before they happen, the gut feelings, the intuition there with that? And I do feel that it's quite heightened around you lately, which is sort of in heightening the anxiety. And that's the thing with anxiety and depression. A lot of people I come across that suffer from that are quite intuitive, and their intuition, because they're trying to block what they get, whether it's because they don't understand what they get or they fear what is going on, and they're closing down, they will find that spirit will come through one way or another and, try to get their attention with that side of it. All right, so just wondering about CJ's comment. And I will keep an eye out for your comment if you can reply to me with that side of it as well. Okay, Katie. Sorry, honey, I'm just not answering, giving readings today with that. So, guys, please do keep your comments more so around, the subject that we're talking about. So you can talk to me about your experiences. And if I'm certainly picking up on any of that, I will give you a little bit of feedback in that side of it. But what you could be experiencing is something that others could be experiencing, and we can help each other along that line as well with that side of it. So please, feel free to share. There's certainly no judgment. Sarah, some do contain lavender in them, honey, some of the sprays, and some don't. So the letting go certainly doesn't, and the reduced anxiety does have lavender in it, is one of the sprays in them. So they do, one of the essential oils in them. So they certainly do have the ingredients and stuff on the bottles with that as well. So, sorry guys, I was just saying that, hey Natasha, hey Lisa, there is certainly no judgment around on the information that is shared. And that's one thing I quite often say to you guys. I love the way we all support each other on my page, and we pull together helping and supporting others with that side of So, okay, I'm just scrolling through, trying to get up to more. Oh goodness, there's a few questions there. Like I said, I'm not sort of touching on the psychic and mediumship questions. It's more to do with to subject with this tonight. Okay, so Kelly, very truly, and I'm terrified of letting anything in. And that's the thing, we can put those blocks up that do block things, whether we mean to or not. Debbie says how much and when, honey. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what your question was. Oh, when the sprays are on special, if that was what you were meaning, Deb, is $20 each for the 125 mils, and I'll get that updated on the website this week. But I can certainly take information through inbox on that side of it. And so, okay, wow, there's a lot of questions here. I do think, CJ just says, I do think fear is a big part. And that's the thing, when we don't understand what we're sensing and what we're picking up on, the fear does take over and it shuts us down, because it's that fear or flight sort of mode with that. And when things were quite heightened for me, and the way that spirit started presenting itself to me many years ago, I feared it as well. And I was just lucky, the beautiful friend Debbie that's on, that encouraged me to speak to him and helped me and supported me in that way as well with that. Excellent. All right, so guys, please hit the share button. You can keep questions coming. I'm sort of looking through Facebook and the Be Live comments as well. Debbie, Deidre, honey, are your essential oils listed in the ingredients in your website for the sprays? Yes, they are, hun. They certainly are. When we advertise them, ingredients, everything goes into it is there as well. And for those ingredients that may not be suitable for pregnancy or different conditions, there is usually a warning sort of there not to be used in pregnancy or before driving a car, whatnot as well. Guys, feel free to share my videos, invite your friends and family in to join in. Tracy just says, I've noticed a willy wagtail has been visiting. I find myself smiling when it visits. Beautiful, honey. That's signs from spirit. So I want to say, trust your gut feeling of who it is. And that is taking notice of those things that are being put in front of you. Spirit will try and get our attention in one way or another. So look at that side of it as well, guys, because sometimes, you're welcome, Debbie, sometimes we miss that stuff because life is too hectic, or we're just not opening our eyes to look at the bigger picture with that. Keza says, I deal with both anxiety and depression. Okay, honey. Sending you love and healing, okay? And, I think, Keza, I'd love to know from you, hon, the same thing. Do you get those feelings, things before they happen? Or do you sense spirit around you? Sort of thing. What is it that you're missing? I can have a really bad day, or start my day off and say the morning's more stressful or more testing. I will quite often now step back, take a deep breath, ground my energy and center myself and say to spirit, what am I missing? Show me, give me the clear message that I can understand it for myself, because I don't always pick up on things for myself with that side of it. So I want to say, ask spirit what is it they're trying to show you? How are they trying to get your attention? And take note of that side of it, because that will make a difference with that, in acknowledging it. Renee says magic sprays for bad anxiety. I've had some really good reports, honey, with the reduced anxiety. We certainly do sell a lot of it as well with that side of it, but it just helps get you out of your mindset and relax your mind and focus on the breath as well with that. So it sort of helps to create, sorry, spirit's trying to get my attention. create that relaxation side of okay. And like I said, my daughter uses it. She finds it sometimes it's just enough to have it in her bag at the thought that she's got that as a backup to help her with that side of it. Renee, honey, I want to say Spirit's trying to get your attention a lot. Look at what's going on around you at the moment, because when I read your question about your comment about the bad anxiety, I just got the reference to these triggers around you at the moment that are setting that off. And so I want to say, looking at that side of it. Okay, Danica, what are some good ways to help channel these testing energies? Definitely feeling up. I want to say just focus on your breathing, ground your energy at the same time. Meditation is a really good thing to get into habit. And, you don't have to sit there and om and eyes closed, legs folded. Just sit there and take a deep breath. Focus on your breathing, slowing it down, getting deeper and clearing your mind, because sometimes it's very much about getting out of that head noise that's in our own head that can help with that side of also taking on the energy of others can add to your own anxiety and stuff like that. So I usually say to people, when like I've been working with children, like teenagers with anxiety and a bit of depression for a while, and my first thought is to them that, is it yours? First thought that comes in your head, yes or no. So when you get a feeling and you're taking on stuff, ask yourself, is this me? If you get the answer no in your head, that's not your energy. Acknowledge it and let it go. If it is yours, acknowledge it and look at what's going on. Look at how you need to make change. Look at what the messages are in that, if that's the sense. Okay. Thanks, Deidre. Deidre's just letting people know that I do one question readings and they're only $20. And you can certainly book those through my website, leannewinstonpsychicmedium.com. And those one question answers do get emailed back to you at the time, or around the time of, sometimes I get into them a little bit earlier, around the time of your booking with that side of it. So they will be emailed. So you can put, when you book a one question, you put your question into the notes of your booking, and then I will email it back to the email address that you made the booking with that. Okay. Felicity's just saying, do you say anything for me? I've been feeling really down and been feeling lost. Honey, I'm not going to go into that, but I will say look at the universal energy at the moment. So to me, it's the feeling it's forcing you to take that step back and look at the bigger picture with that side of it. And a lot of us are feeling very much up in the air, very lost or at crossroads at the moment, and the frustration is very much around there as well. You'll just have to excuse my husband coughing in the background with that. I need another wall between me and my family for my office. Hey, Janet, it's nice to see you on here, honey. Brianna says, do white feathers mean anything? I read the meant to be spirit angels randomly. I see them float by even inside. Wonderful, honey. Yes. So I want to say, when you see them, trust what you feel, you think, you see, you hear, you know, because that is how spirit will communicate with you in that way. So yes, that is definitely a sign from spirit. Sarah just says, thank you, allergic to lavender. Oh, sorry to hear that, honey. In that way, in that sense, hun, the letting go would be good for you because it's geranium, grapefruit, and Mei-Ching with that. Okay. But yeah, the reduce anxiety does definitely have lavender in it. Okay. So yeah, so that is very much signs from spirit with that. Okay. All right. Okay, Michaela's just asking how long until this universal energy shifts. I want to say another 2 or 3 days, you'll start to feel a bit of a difference with that. It has already started to shift, but we do sometimes have that overlap period as well with that. So I want to say just breathe through it, acknowledge it, because the more you fight it, the more hard work you're doing, and you're holding on to that energy at the same time with that. Tracy, I have a brother recently passed and also a father-in-law. Thank you, Leanne. I definitely think it's these two saying hello. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry for your loss and for two so close together. But yeah, Spirit does find a way to let us know that they're there. So it's just about trusting it and acknowledging it. Speak to them, honey. When you get those signs, speak to them. It's like you can either speak out loud or you can do it in your thought process, and just trust what you get back. You may hear a voice. They may hear your clear audio side of it, your ears, your hearing. Otherwise, they may use your thought process in that way. All right. Um, Mary's just saying she's having her first child. Would just like to know if I will have a safe labour. Yes, honey, I do feel you will. All right. So yours just caught my attention. Um, All right. Hi, Josh. Guys, just try not to ask questions or guidance. We're just talking about a subject tonight. You can certainly join me on Wednesday night at 8:30 South Australian time for doing readings, because I certainly will do readings then. But I'd like to try and get in the habit of coming on Wednesday nights to do your readings, and then having a subject that we can talk about each week as well with that side of it, to be able to, help people learn, help people grow. Hi, Miley. Hope you're well, honey. Well, there's some really big comments there. I will go. Actually, I see the word anxious in this one, so I might have a look at this. Cass, I feel like I have been, have fallen for another guy and haven't been with anyone since my toxic ex. I feel like have opened up a lot on now and just feeling anxious and waste of time because I'm not hearing from him. I hate that I'm heart on the sleeve. Oh, it's hard, honey. I know, type of person that makes, that's part of you, honey. With other things happening with this worry on top, and the questions and thoughts that came with it aren't helping, making things so much more uncertain and stressed. Honey, you need to trust your gut instincts. Just breathe and try to focus on the bigger picture. Okay, it's trusting those gut instincts. Okay. Shift itself a few weeks ago. What is? Oh, sorry, Christine. It helps if I read your question properly. You do have to excuse my eyes a bit tonight. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Deidre. Deidre's just saying rose oil's also very good to help with calming anxiety. Christine says, what is Spirit trying to tell me when my reverse cycle air conditioner shit itself a few weeks ago, other than getting off my bottom? Maybe it needs repairs. I know that's my scientific brain kicking in. Sorry, honey. Look, sometimes spirits will give us signs like that. I've had electronics blow up with frustration with spirit. Things do go wrong maintenance-wise. That is more than just the product itself needing attention, sort of thing, with that side of okay. But I feel like I need to be looking at the mechanics of that, honey, in that way. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go through and get the ones that are staying more on subject rather than asking for guidance or the psychic, the mediumship side of it for tonight. That was another one. There we go. Debbie just says white feathers are gifts from people past saying hello. And it's just their way of letting you know that they are around you. So true, Deb. It was funny, I ought to tell you, I was teaching a workshop with another lady probably 2 or 3 years ago, and there was a mother with 2 daughters there, and the girl's father had passed over. I went to leave, and I had to leave the workshop a little bit earlier and left them with the other teacher. As I went to walk out the front door, there was a large white feather and 2 small ones. Now, that door had been closed all day for the last 4 hours because the shop wasn't open. It was after hours, and everybody had come in. We'd walked around, some of us had walked around the shop looking at products and stuff before actually starting the workshop. And when I went to go out, there was these 3 feathers. And as I went to open the door and I seen them, I actually walked around them so I didn't step on them. I knew exactly they were for this mum and 2 daughters that had gone through an amazing shift in that workshop as the 3 of them. And they actually walked out apparently that day and didn't see it, and the shop owner found them, and she said something to me, and I said, yes, I've seen them, and we both agreed that they were for mum and the 2 daughters, and it was signs from the father, because the girls really needed to hear from him at that time. So it's incredible the way Spirit will find ways to connect with us with that side of it. And sometimes it's just about taking the time out to notice the signs, because life does get hectic. We do miss those things. Okay. Hey, Mandy. Beautiful. Keza, I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow afternoon for a reading. Excellent. I haven't actually, I don't have my calendar open. I haven't actually looked. I know I've got an early start tomorrow, honey, so I look forward to meeting you tomorrow. If I remember, everybody is coming here tomorrow on my readings. And that's the thing, guys, if you would like to have a reading with me and you aren't face-to-face, sorry, I've got comments coming up on the other screen that's catching my attention. You can't get be face to face with me because of distance. It's no different for me to connect with you over the phone or on Skype or online through Facebook than what it is to have you sitting in front of me. The energy is still very much the same with that side of it. Also, keep in mind I am on the road a lot lately, so I could be in an area near you doing a live show or doing a day of readings with that. Debbie just says, I've got so many feathers I've collected, I pick them up and say, hi, Dad. That's beautiful, honey. And see, that's the thing, just because, and I know Debbie is very intuitive for herself, just because we can't see the physical doesn't mean that they aren't there anymore. We just need to allow ourselves to sense them. We've all got the ability to do it. Sometimes it's just understanding how Spirit works or training our mind to kick out that noise, that clutter that goes on in the back of the mind, something or in the head, to be able to allow the messages to come through. Susie just says, hi, watching from New Zealand. Hey, honey, welcome to the show. New Zealand's a bit of a distance. I'm actually hoping to hit New Zealand or get over to New Zealand next year for the big expo. With that, something I need to look into. All right. Hey, Sharon. I hope you're well, honey. Hi, Kath. Sorry, there is so many questions there, but it's more people wanting guidance and stuff. I'm not, like I said, guys, I'm not touching on that stuff tonight. I will certainly do readings on Thursday night if you'd like to join in as well. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Melissa Ann. Nikki's just asking what tonight's subject is, honey. It's to do with what's going on around us. A lot of us are being tested a lot lately, and either, some of us are finding we're in a good spot on a the higher end of the scale, but others are finding that they're really being tested, and we're looking at what's coming up and the patterns in that side of it as well. So, and that's the thing, guys, some things will keep coming around and around, and if you're not acknowledging it or dealing with it completely and letting it go, Spirit will keep bringing it up just to keep testing you and forcing you to let go. And that's one thing this year I'm finding a lot of people that have taken the time to do the work on themselves in the past are moving forward, are moving forward quite quickly at the moment, but those that aren't are the ones that are struggling, the ones that are, whether it's ignoring the signs or just not wanting to make change in themselves, are really finding it hard at the moment. And it's incredible how many I'm finding that have anxiety that is being more in heightened than normal. It's Sunday night and I'm anxious. I go back to work feeling like I'm being micromanaged, as it is for good things or bad things. Okay, honey. Cheryl, set your boundaries as well. Okay, so sometimes we just got to acknowledge that that's the way it is, and we don't take it to heart, sort of thing. So you work within that energy, and you allow yourself to shine in that way. Because when we hold ourselves back as well to fit into others, that's not allowing us to stay true to ourselves at the same time. So whether you just need to have a little bit of a different outlook in the way rather than being micromanaged, I want to say just change your thought process a little bit as well with that, okay? So, and it's not just in work. We find that in relationships and whatnot, that people are being quite controlled, and when we're stuck in that energy, we're not being true to ourselves, or we lose ourselves. I just get the reference to honey, change will come with that, but I also get, don't allow them to have that control over you. I understand when we go to work, there's boundaries. We've got certain things that are expected from us and certain things we need to do, but it's also having that confidence in ourselves, that belief in ourselves, and to love ourselves at the same time. Sometimes we can generate that energy out there or reflect that energy out there that gives others the permission to treat us in that way. So I want to say, look at what it is you want in your life. Look at the way you want to be treated in your life. Put that energy out there and respect and demand that respect. And when you do, you'll find that people will fall into place within what you want, okay? When we put that uneasy energy out there, that questionable energy, it allows others to treat us like that as well. So, I quite often say to people that come to me looking for love, looking for a relationship, you need to do the work on yourself. You need to be able to love yourself before anybody else can love you, okay? Which, sometimes that is a lesson in itself, is learning. Christina's having a giggle about the air conditioner. Love it, honey. It got my attention. But sometimes, if we can't give that to ourselves, how do we expect others to give it to us at the same time? So, we've got to find that respect for ourselves and that belief, that love in ourselves, that strength, that inner strength, because we've all got it. It's just, sometimes we lose that because others impact us with their energy or push their stuff onto us, okay? It's taking back the power and standing in that energy. And when you do, it's amazing. Okay, Amanda okay, that's a long one. Pardon me. Amanda just says, I've only read the first couple of lines. So, I believe in white feathers as a sign. My cousin passed away just shy of his 19th birthday 16 years ago. Ever since, at the most appropriate times, and I love the way they crash and crunch in the kitchen, I've been greeted with a white feather on my wedding day. As I got out of the car, a white feather fell on my flowers. That is such an obvious sign, honey. You couldn't miss that one. And there has been many other times too. Also a black crow. My mum's best friend passed away a few weeks since then. A black crow has always been close. I believe it's a sign from her to let us know she is still around. That is beautiful, honey. I love it. And you're taking note of that stuff and you're trusting what you feel. That is let's move that comment. That is a really big thing because a lot of the times we choose not to see the signs or we're just missing it. We can also force that stuff too, guys. If you look too hard, you may be blocking some of that stuff as well. So I want to say, like Amanda, the feather fell onto her flowers as she got out of the car. It was obviously put in front of her to know, and she trusted what she felt, and that is a big thing. And it's funny because one of the girls from our team, her grandmother passed away a few years ago, and she relates her nan was very much a big crow supporter, but she relates the crows to her nan, and they always seem to be around when she needs them as well. So I just love the way that they happen. They find a way. Cassandra, hey honey, how you going? Oh wow, we've got somebody tonight watching Adanella. Sorry, honey, if I said your name wrong. Watching from the Philippines. Welcome very much to the show, and it's lovely to have you on board. Tracy's from Perth. Okay, wonderful. Just skipping through some of the more psychic questions. Okay, guys. Hey, Sylvia. Hope you're well, honey. I'm back your way in November by memory, back to Mount Gambier. I know you're a little bit further on than that, hun. Michelle, hi, honey. Hope you're well. Beautiful. Cheryl just says, thank you, Leanne. You are spot on. I will think more positive. And it's incredible. You're welcome, Amanda. It's incredible when we can change that thought process, the difference that it can have. Because sometimes we do get stuck in that negative mindset. We don't realize we're doing it. And it's taken me a while to sort of start to realize, okay, that thought was negative. No, I've got to stop. I've got to change it with something positive. And, we've had, the last year and a half, 2 years has been very hectic, very trying, testing in our family, for my husband and I and our kids. But it's like acknowledging it and dealing with the emotions and the crap, as I call it, so to speak, that comes up, and letting it go rather than keep it manifesting. It makes a big difference to your energy, to your state of mind as well with that, because the more negative we become, and those that suffer with anxiety and depression will know that in themselves, when they take that step back and look, that they will find they're very much in their own head. They're very much overthinking things. It's kind of like our brains are wired so much quicker when we're in that state, and we can't, we can choose to change that, but it's knowing how to change it at the same time. I'm going with my life upside down. And look at, sorry, Sylvia, just my life, it's all upside down, which is very much around what's going on with the universal energy at the moment. We are being forced to take the look at the bigger picture, because things are being thrown up in the air, things are being turned upside down. And when you can take that step back, take the deep breathing, raise your vibrations, and face it front on, you will find that things will start moving. And I'm a big believer in it's the timing of things at the moment as well. Sometimes when we try to force things, we're not getting off to that good foundation to build on with that side of it. So it's about allowing that energy to move and allow things to fall into place. I want you to think about this for a second, guys. Look at what your life has been like the last 2 or 3 years, probably at least the last 2 years. We've all pretty much had structure in our life. It's, and that's where the energy of the universe was at that time. We had the structure. We were able to spend the time to do the thinking and overthink things, and it sort of flowed in that manner. Where now this energy this year is very much about the new energy, the new ways, and we just need to allow things to flow in the sense that they will take place themselves. We don't need to hold on to that structure. We don't need to make things fit. When we learn how to go with the flow, we're going to find that things will move really quickly with that side of it, and the opportunities will be put in front of you as well with that. But in saying that, because the energy is moving really quickly, we can't take too long to think about things. So I quite often find myself this year saying to people, if it feels right to you, jump on it. Go with the flow. Allow it to move. Don't force it. I am far from the least patient person. I wanted everything yesterday. And you ask my husband if he says, you put your mind to something, you're at it like a dog with a bone until you make it happen, sort of thing. And that's something I guess I've had to learn a little bit lately, is the patience as well with them. Okay, so just breathe, allow the energy and the structure to go, allow the energy to flow, and bring in the positive light with it as well. And that, sometimes just all these little tools can help make a difference with that at the same time. Kim just says, my hubby is in hospital with cancer, and while the doctors was talking to us, hubby's seen a little white feather go near him. Do you know who that might have been, please, Leanne? Oh, honey, I send your husband and yourself lots of love and lots of healing as well. And I'm sorry to hear that he's unwell and he's in hospital. I get the female mothering figure around him when you ask me that, honey. So I do feel that he's got a lot around him in spirit helping him with everything that's going on. I want to say, look at his strength is incredible at the moment. All right, as yours, I want to say you draw on each other's strength. But I wouldn't be surprised if you get the tickle to the head at times, honey, because while I'm reading your question and answering you, Spirit's playing in my hair as well. So I want to say that's their way of letting you know that they're very much around you at the same time. Wow, guys, can't believe we are nearly out of time. And we've been going for an hour. My screen. I've got two screens in front of me now. It doesn't want to move. Excellent. All right. Well, we'll wind up in a second. I'm not sure what I've now done. I have a picture of a dog and cat on the screen. All right, guys, I might just put the website up there again. If you'd like to make an appointment with me for a reading, you certainly can go to my website and go into services, I think is the button, and the booking link is there as well to do that. If you are interested in the sprays, like I said, we have the Letting Go, the Reduce Anxiety, Deeper Sleep, the Sage for cleansing your energy yourself around the home, Kitty Calm, and I said Letting Go. Can't think of the other one off the top of my head without, I know they're in the shelf back there, without turning around and looking. Certainly inbox me if you're interested. I will do them as a special at the moment for $20. Shipping is $4, but that is unlimited, whether it's one bottle, 2, 3, or other products as well with that side of also, guys, I did release tonight my online psychic medium development course as well. It's an 8-week course where we would do around an hour and a half once a week. I'd say allow hour and a half. I usually schedule an hour, but usually it goes overtime because Spirit will draw in other things and stuff like that. But it's aiming at helping you to learn to protect your energy, to ground yourself. We'll cover meditation. We will cover the clairs, the tools in working in this field. So looking at the different tools, strengthening your connection, whether it's in the psychic ability or the mediumship ability, and looking at that side of it. But if you go into my events page, you will see it is there. It is an 8-week course. We start on the 11th of the 9th. A $50 deposit is required to secure your place for the remainder due just before the course starts, and it is online. If you can't make every week, the lessons will be recorded, and you can certainly request the link to be able to watch it back. It just means if you're watching it back, you won't get to interact with the group of us on the screen with that. So there will be other students joining in. It is a small group. I have capped the numbers off so it can be more of a personal group, and we can spend more time discussing things, answering questions, rather than, have 20, 30 people on sitting through the workshop. I'd rather run multiple workshops and make it smaller so I can give you all the attention and be able to answer all the questions that you deserve to have answered in that way and help your growth. So certainly do check that out. Kim just says, thank you, Leanne. He has been feeling his late mum around him. Okay, beautiful. But I got the mothering figure with him. With that, it's just trusting what you feel, what you think. What you feel, you think. What you trust, what you know, you feel, you think, you hear. You see that side of it as well. Okay. Tyson just says, will I get out of this deep hole of depression after a partner of 20 years has turned his back on me when I needed him the most? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry that has happened to you. I do get that it will, honey. Sometimes, and this goes for all of us, sometimes we've just got to give ourselves that time to acknowledge and accept what has happened and choose to turn it around. Tyson, you could sit, and this goes for anybody, you could sit in that negative energy, and whether it's feeling sorry for yourself or whatever the emotion is that you're going through at that time. And, we go through a range of emotions over time, whether it's the love, the missing, the hate. It's kind of like we work our way through those emotions until we get to a place where we are able to be more at ease with that side of it. So, Tyson, I do get the reference to, for you, it's kind of like at the moment you're grieving that relationship breakdown, because it's like a loss. It's the end of something. When you're ready to choose to make that change, and I want to say give gratitude for that relation and all the lessons and the strengths that you've learned in that time, you will find that you will come to peace with that situation a lot quicker. And sometimes, no matter whatever it is that's going on, we just need to find that peace in the situation. And, when we do that, we can move forward a lot quicker and a lot lighter and a lot easier sometimes as well. So I want to say, I can only give you the tools that I have learned through my own experiences and what Spirit helps and guides me with. And it's not always going to be right for everybody. I am not an expert in this field, but, Spirit is pushing me to share what's going on with the universal energy at the moment. And I always say, look at the universal energy first up before we get too much in our own heads. And those with anxiety and depression, ask yourself, is this you? A lot of time people with anxiety and depression go, it's not me, I'm not normally like this. And that's the frustration and the overthinking that works their way in. Is it Spirit, your own intuition that is kicking in? And that's where I just mentioned the the workshop that I am doing online coming up is very good for people with anxiety and depression, and helping you to understand your intuition and how they work, because you'll find that it may change things as well. But I just try to copy the link there, and I haven't got it here at the moment. Hang on one sec. Let me just find it, and I will put it in the link to the Facebook event. The computer never hurries when we need it to. That way you will be able to click on the link. And copy. Let's go back to the Facebook page. Let me put it up here as well. So for the workshop, online workshop, there is the link there, and I will drop it into the comments here. I'm looking at myself on the screen. I usually avoid that, looking at myself. I have dropped it into the Facebook comments as well. Unfortunately, it has posted as my time. I have obviously been posting in my time just recently. Let me change that. Need to be a default for that. Okay. Paste. There we go. I have just posted it, reposted it as myself. So you may see it on my Facebook comments under this broadcast as well. Click on the link, have a look at the information in it. If you feel that it's right for you and you're not too sure, inbox me and we can have a chat about it. I will probably get back to inboxes late tomorrow, because I do have a fairly full day tomorrow with readings with that. And guys, please keep in mind, if you would like to have a reading with me, I'd love to connect with you, but I am usually 3 or 4 days at least ahead with my readings, sometimes a week, if not more, with that. I know, I'm pretty sure at the moment, I think Friday, I do have some availability. You might get 1 or 2 spots still available on Wednesday this week as well, but I know Monday, Tuesday is completely booked out with that side of it. And if you're in the Broken Hill area, I am doing a live show. Myself and the team will be up there on September the 14th at the Demo Club, and the Demo Club are handling all the advertising, the bookings, and everywhere, so you can certainly purchase or contact them for purchasing tickets there as well. So I look forward to being back in Broken Hill. I think we were really up there last weekend, not long ago. And then after that, we are early October for those in the Horsham and Ballarat area, where we had to reschedule shows a couple of weeks ago due to some sadness in the family. That those shows have been now rescheduled, and we're looking at I think it's the 5th of October and the 6th of October, and then the 7th of October I am in Bendigo doing an expo there on the Sunday. All right, guys, I will leave you with that. Anything else that you want to know about, certainly check out my website, as there is more on the website with that side of it, or the events page on Facebook certainly has a lot of it. I think the website, we didn't quite get time to update some of it on Friday. All right, I'm going to say goodnight. Sending love and healing to those that need it. Hopefully, there might be something in tonight's subject, or the conversations we've had that has helped you just to look at something a little bit differently. But just remember to take a step back, take a deep breath, slow the breath work down. Don't breathe from the chest, breathe from the stomach. Raise your vibrations, and that bigger picture will get clearer when you do that. All right, guys, join me Wednesday night, 8:30 South Australian time, Australian Central Standard Time, and I will answer your questions, your psychic and your mediumship questions then. And also, I am on live with Roz at 10:30 on Tuesday morning for Intuitive Tuesday chat as well, on whatever subject that Spirit draws us to with that. All right, guys, take care. Have a good week. Make it a positive week. Change that mindset. All right. Good night, all. Bye.